A very good morning to you all, dear student. So today we are gonna start with a new topic, okay? Under block 17, our green cover. So the topic of our discussion for today is forests are useful. Okay, so this is the topic of our discussion for today. So let's get started. Aim for our class for today is that students will be able to identify some uses of forests for different people, and the resources required is your S2 worksheet, S2, your exit content book, and your notebook. And the keywords for today is forest officer, chipko, firewood, and resin. So let's learn the meaning of the keywords first of all. So what is forest officer? Forest officer are who holds the responsibility to safeguard the forest from illegal cutting and poaching. They are known as forest officer. Alright, and what is CHIPCO? It is a forest conservation movement in India. Okay, it is known as CHIPCO. And what is firewood? Wood intended to be burned, typically for heat, alright, or for cooking purpose. Alright, that is known as firewood. And what is resin? It is a viscous hydrocarbon secretion of many plants, particularly of coniferous trees. They are known as resin. I hope now you are clear with the meaning of the keywords. Okay, question here is, can you think of anything in the classroom that comes from trees or forest? Okay, imagine that you are in a classroom. Okay, can you think of anything in your classroom that actually comes from trees or from forests? Okay, I hope you all know the answer. Very simple example is your chair, right? Your table, those things are, or for example, the duster, right? So, or the window panel, all those are abstracted from the resources from forest, okay? The wood, okay? So, see, forest, it help all of us in different ways, okay? And forests are the home of people as well as the plants and the animals. Forests, they are also full of useful things like wood, like medicines, like foods. Okay, all those things we get from forests. Alright, so today we will learn how different people uh, they want to use forests. Okay, so today we will learn about how different people they want to use forests. Alright. So first of all, I want all of you to read the story, okay? To read a story from story 1. All right. Story 1, okay? I'm going to read for you. But beside that, I want all of you to even take your textbook and then read it for yourself, okay? Page number 1, you'll find in page number 1. I'll read for all of us. Story 1. The Chipko movement started in the 1970s, sorry. A large number of people from different villages in the Himalayas participated in it. They protested against the cutting down of forests by hugging trees. In Tehri Garhwal in Uttarakhand, the women of the village they tied rakis around the trees and made those trees their brothers, that is to stop the forest department from cutting them down. An angry officer said to them, "You foolish village women, do you know what these forests have? Resin and timber, which we can sell to other countries." The leader of the Chipko women replied, "Yes, we know. What do the forests bear? Soil, water, and pure air. Soil, water, and pure air are the basis of life." So that is from story 1, okay, that I've read for you. You can even read for yourself, okay. Now question, okay, in response to that, okay, there is two questions for you. Why does the forest officer feel the forest is useful? So from the story that we have read, why does the forest officer feel the forest is useful, and who are the Chipko people, and why do the Chipko people feel the forest is useful? Question number 1, okay. Why does the forest officer feel the forest is useful, and who are the Chipko people? Why do you think, or why do the Chipko people feel the forest is useful? Okay, so I hope you know the answer, okay? But let me just summarize your answer for that. Listen carefully. See, the forest officer knows that the forest has things like woods and resin. Okay, the forest officer knows that the forest has things like wood and resin. Okay, and these things can be sold to people outside, means to different countries. All right, and the woman think that the trees are their brothers, and that they gave them precious things like soil, water, and clean air. Okay, I hope you get it. And see, question number 2. What are some differences in how the different people find forest useful, and what are the similarities? So what are some of the differences that you'll find in the forest officer comparing to that of the Chipko woman? Both of them, we came to know that they find the forest useful, right? So what are some differences in how the different people find forest useful, and what are some of their similarities? Alright, so from the reading, we came to know that both the two party, that is the forest officers as well as the Chipko women, they find the forest to be useful. Okay, so the forest officers uh, wanted to get precious thing. Alright, that is from the forest to sell for money. Okay, in order to get money. And the women, they find the forest useful because forests give the things that they and everyone else need to stay alive and healthy. So the similarities is both groups, they agree that the forest is precious and useful. Okay, very simple. Now the last question for you. What are two ways in which forests help your cities? So what are the two ways in which forest is useful for your city or for our city? Very simple. Okay, now you listen carefully. Okay, so see, uh, for people, all right, for people in the city, or for the people who are living in the city, forests are useful. Why? Because they get wood and medical plants from forests. Okay, you talk about the wooden houses and all right, all those wood, they get their sources from the forest. Okay, as well as the medicinal plants, all are abstracted from forests. Okay, and forests also help clean the air in polluted cities and to retain groundwater levels for people to use. So if there is forest, you will find that there is water because the root of the tree, they absorb water. Okay, so it retain the groundwater. So also you will see that uh, the trees, the plants, they consume carbon dioxide. Okay, and in other on the other hand, they give us oxygen, right? So this is how it supply clean and fresh air. Okay, that's very simple. Now I hope you get it. Now things to do. It is your homework for today. You have to complete your worksheet S2. Okay, write down the uses of the forest for both the groups in the story. Forest officer use the forest of okay. So this is the difference. Forest officer use question number 1. Okay, forest officers use of the forest. So write what you think is the main use for forest officer. Write other uses out here. Women use of the forest. You write the reason here and write other uses. Okay. Similarly, write about or grow 3 things that you use at home which come from trees. So you can either grow, okay, you can grow the different things that you use, all right, in your kitchen or in your house, all right, from the forest. And question number 3 is write 2 ways in which animal in the city they use forest. Very simple. And also you have to complete your practice question number 6. Practice question number 6 is your homework for today. Okay, why are forests important? So that's it. Thank you, take care and stay